We're here with Beech. He's the owner of Loveland Coffee here in Irmo, and we're just going to talk to him a little bit about how he got started in coffee and why Loveland's is the best.
Yep. So Beech.
The Coal Guys isn't your average real estate podcast.
Our mission is to give buyers and sellers the power of knowledge through their real estate transactions.
We do this by helping first-time homebuyers realize that there are more expenses that come with owning a home than just the loan.
We also understand there are many times move-up buyers and sellers have forgotten the process because it's been so long since their last real estate transaction.
We make the downsizing easy.
Once you get into the habit of working with us, the process becomes so smooth you won't mind to move.
We are also excited to share with you what all the Midlands has to offer.
Nice intro.
Welcome to the Coal Guys podcast.
Yeah, happy to be here.
You've become a recording studio on top of a coffee place, and so yeah, like George said, please tell us a little bit about yourself and how we're here.
Yeah, so Beech Loveland, we started Loveland Coffee officially in 2012, so we're in our 10th year this year. We'll be celebrating 10 years in December.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we're planning festivities and all that for that later in the year. Probably have a large party here for the community in January, so we're planning that. But we basically started off the premise that we wanted to create a culture around community and quality coffee, pull those two things together. My biggest passion is investing in community, and all my giftings in life and things that I were drawn to all fit within the parameters of what I could do in a local coffee shop and creating a quality product, in turn providing a great service and then a larger impact in the community for Irmo, but also into Columbia and the Midlands. So that's kind of been our goal for the past 10 years. And what you're seeing here in our cafe has been a culmination of about 15 years, 16 years of work to get to where we're at now. So it's kind of where you find, you walk into the cafe and you're like, oh man, this is great. And a lot of people are drawn to that or want to do something like that, but what they don't see is like all the work it takes to get to where we are now. So, that's where we are, and that's where we continue to try to improve what we do every day, try to improve. We're never satisfied with what we have. Well, I'm very grateful for what we have, but like our products and services, we're always striving to be better, put better service components in to make workflow better for our employees and all the above. So I'm sure that crosses over to a lot of things that you guys do with real estate and services and the systems you put in place to streamline everything. So
So George and I work real hard at customer service, right? Mm-hmm. And we come at real estate from not wanting it to be transactional.
Yes.
Right? We want to create a relationship, and so I see that same thing happening downstairs or upstairs here at Loveland Coffee. I mean, we were just downstairs a little bit, and the mayor's down there, hanging out, doing his thing, and it seems like every time we come here to record, we see 2 or 3 of the same people, and I've never been here when this place has been less than half full. Yeah. So you've become quite the hub for the community, and now that the town of Irmo has plans for the property beside you from here down to the park, and you're going to be the anchor here for the Irmo community.
Happy to do it, and I was happy to talk with the town about all that when I first moved into this space, saying this is the opportunity you have as a town. The only large piece of property left in Irmo that could be anything. So they came and saw that, and thankfully they're doing something about that. So
that's awesome. It'll be great for the community. I noticed you're starting to teach classes here.
Yeah, well, we part of specialty coffee and getting people comfortable with specialty coffee is educating them on what is it, and some of the biggest obstacles we kind of run into. Specialty coffee is it can be more pricey, or it can be a little bit more intimidating due to how you brew it or different ways you can brew it to get the best flavor. So most people are just kind of used to putting a couple scoops in a pot and walking away, but there's so much more you can get out of coffee, but either through a manual pour over or different other brewing methods. So we found, we should probably educate people how they can do this better at home, or there's different ways, or this is why this coffee is so good, or here's all you can get out of this coffee by doing this or that. So by educating them on how to do it, it takes away a couple obstacles we have in actually getting the product into their hands. So if they feel comfortable with trying those things or coming to one of our classes where we explain, this is how you do a pour over, or this is how the roasting process works, it strengthens our brand, one, to become more loyal customers because we're investing in them, and then two, they take the skills or whatever we're trying to show them and put it in a real world practice in their home, and then they expose other people to that. Like, oh, this is what can be done. So then it helps the industry as a whole too. So it's where I'm at. What I'm doing now, 10 years into it, was even harder. Like 10 years ago. No one even knew what cold brew was 10 years ago. So I mean, now it's like an everyday thing. You can go buy it off the grocery store shelf. Before that, you're like, oh, how you do this? So
that's awesome.
It just shows you in another 10 years where we'll be at.
Well, we think a lot because we do a first-time homeowners workshop that we've started doing. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's same thing pretty much that you're doing with people who are not new to coffee. They drink coffee, but now they want to get into coffee, almost have a little bit more control over what they're doing. So our first-time homebuyers workshop, it's that same situation where we're adding value to them, to their purchase, because we're giving them all the information they need and walking them through step by step and sort of giving them the opportunity to see that there is more to buying a house, just like there is more to coffee than at first glance.
Yeah, I think it's important always to add value to everything you're doing. That's one of our key things. Our three key things are adding value to the customer, adding value to the coffee, adding value to our community. And how do we do those three things determines what we do here. So everything is governed by how we do that.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to stop in this morning and say hi, and thank you for allowing us to transform your conference room into a recording studio.
It looks nice in here.
Yeah, it does. We will see you around, and thank you for all you do for the Irmo community. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
The Cola guys would like to thank Loveland Coffee for allowing us to record our episodes at their location in the heart of Irmo, South Carolina. They pride themselves with providing the best coffee, best customer service, and focusing on serving their community. If you're just looking to grab a mug to go, or stay and enjoy the ambiance, or purchase a bag of their roasted beans for home brewing, you can't beat Loveland Coffee. Thanks to Beech and his staff for all they do for their clients and the Irmo community.